So at this point, since we're a couple of minutes beyond 4, those of you who've come to the in-person meetings have heard, Flavio, Seamus, our music director, composer, conductor, inspirer, and everything else, help David and Susan and Barry put songs together and even, I guess, premiere a song last year. And they've taken on the name Infinity. And anyway, rather than sort of talk more about it, let me introduce Flavio, and Flavio, take it away.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this setup. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Flavio Chames, and I'd like to start this presentation replaying the clip that actually started the conversation this morning, a clip that my dear friend Gisele Barreto Fetterman, that's actually how we call her in Brazil, where she's from, so am I, and she's the second lady of Pennsylvania. She sent this clip a few days ago.
Hi, my name is Gisele Barreto Fetterman, and I am Pennsylvania's second lady, and I want to welcome you all to Pittsburgh, albeit virtually, for this 37th annual Pittsburgh Schizophrenia Conference. Thank you all for your efforts in this important field, and I'm grateful for all the families and lives that you'll impact with the advances that you continue to make. We can all do the work to stop perpetuating a stigma around schizophrenia and to create more welcoming spaces for all our neighbors. Thank you and have a great conference.
Thank you, Gisele. Now, this presentation will be actually an attempt to show one effective way to put the words we just heard from Gisele when she says, quote, stop perpetuating a stigma around schizophrenia and create more welcoming spaces for all. We will try to propose a way of intervention that actually put these words into real action. I produced the movie. It's practically a documentary about 4 patients of Western Psychiatric Hospital to whom music is very important. Each one of them either sing or play an instrument, and the video that I made aims to show into what extent music affects their lives and their recovery. The actual name of this presentation is The Role of Music in the Road to Recovery in Schizophrenia. Yet the title I had conceived originally might bring more light into what we're about to watch. It was Music as Therapy, ? An active musical approach to schizophrenia patients. Notice that I said music as therapy and not music therapy. We heard just about everybody the wonderful presentation of Dr. Silverman an hour ago, and this actually complements a lot of what he said. So we're talking here about patients using music as an instrument for mental health, exactly actually in the same way as any healthy person would. As you will see on the video, when making music, what is on display is the patient's mental health and not the illness. The movie speaks for itself, so I will not extend myself in these remarks other than saying that I believe that you will notice that the musicians are palpably empowered, and through their own musical activity, at least some of the stigma that they might be subjected to is arguably reduced. Finally, I would just like to thank Dr. Chengapa, who agreed with this adventurous insertion in the conference, actually for the 3rd year now, as well to all involved in the production of this video. Yet, I want to express my special recognition to the quartet, of which I am very proud of their achievements, and so should they be. Thank you all. Enjoy the movie.
I'm Ann Alter, and I'm a client of Western Psychiatric Institute and Clinic, and I'm very pleased to be part of this group. We are musicians who experience mental illness, and we are creating music. We are moving beyond our diagnoses, and we are prospering.
how I came to be part of things was that Dr. Roy Chinkapa had asked different people if they were musically inclined, and I happen to be musically inclined, and I'm a peer specialist at Western Psychiatric Hospital. So, and that's my line of work, but I'm musically inclined, so I got involved. He asked me if I would come and sing, and if we would, and so we just got together and we started singing and playing guitars and basses and pianos, and before you know it, we banged out a song.
My name's David. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia quite a while ago in 1997. Music has been continuously part of my recovery. I was playing music when I developed schizophrenia. Always been part of my life since a young age.
Hi everyone, this is Barry Mills, and good to be a part of the Cosmic Messengers. That's the four of us, me, Dave, Ann, and Sue, and we're the Cosmic Messengers, and we are grateful to be able to play our music for you and let you know what we can do, even though such a mental health illness is also among us.
I think it was helpful for me. It was helpful for me. I paid particularly close attention to Barry, and the bass player. And I think he paid attention to me too, where we followed some cues from each other on when to come in, and I knew when to sing certain parts according to what he was playing on the bass. Sometimes he knew when to start playing the bass according to what I was singing, and you know, it was just, you know, it was neat. I have this kind of loud, booming alto voice, alto tenor voice, and she has a very soft soprano voice, but we managed to, you know,
Right.
She managed to make her voice a little fuller, and I managed to try to get mine to be a little softer, and
That's
it is difficult for me to get my voice to be softer because I performed in musicals in high school. We did Fiddler on the Roof, Music Man, and Godspell. And so, and we didn't have microphones,
oh, wow.
you know, except for, well, Godspell we did because we made that a little more modern. But Music Man and Fiddler on the Roof, we had the very past, you know, 17th century Russian Jewish community, and Fiddler on the Roof, and very old fashioned, like the scene setting for Music Man. So we couldn't use microphones, and you had to make your voice project to the very back row.
Great.
And so I'm quite adept at doing that.
Nice.
So as the youngest of 6 older brothers and 1 older sister, I have a pretty loud mouth. when you're the runt of the litter, you kind of have to.
Survival, right?
Yes, but and it's come in handy over the years when I've had to sing certain parts.
I love the people I work with. I love the exchange of leadership. I depend on them. It's such good training to learn to sing with other people. Which is how most music is made. Everyone has a wonderful attitude. People help each other. I got pointers from the other singer that were more help than I'd ever been given by a professional. I grew up with 2 parents who love music. My father loves music, and he's an expert and aficionado, and has tried to give me a musical education. My mother loved show music, and so I always had plenty of music to listen to, and I was introduced to music at an early age. I remember when I got my first phonograph record player. that was just something that happened in our house. You were given music. And it's always been very important to me. I never did learn to read music. And again, it's very difficult. Music requires a lot of practice, a lot of dedication. And I've had to work hard just to get to the level that I am. But I hope to become good at it.
Yes, I have a rhythm and blues band, but I may come back to gospel music. I started out with gospel music, then went to rhythm and blues, but I think I'm coming back to gospel.
This clinical music project we're involved in here has been quite interesting, very educational to develop these songs with this small group of people. Fellow musicians, fellow schizophrenics, and you know, we're a bunch of people with the same mental health diagnosis, so that gives us a common bond. We're facing some of the same challenges, so it's been very interesting to develop these songs together, and it's been quite a treat to work with a conductor like Flavia, who's a very great musician and who's been very patient with us as you've helped us through this process.
Thank you.
So we thank you for that.
And we brought back an old song too that a lot of people that are my age would know about because of the musical that the song is from, The Body Electric. And a lot of people would know about that song if they were young in the 80s and 70s, that era, that type of music. So it just was very interesting. I celebrate the me yet to come. I toast to my own reunion when I become one with the sun. And I'll look back on Venus, I'll look back on Mars, and I'll burn with the fire of 10 million stars. And in time, we will all be stars. we will all be stars, stars, stars.
So I had to derail my dreams of performance for so many years because of my illness. And Flavio has helped to give me back what I had thought I had lost. He's had infinite patience with us. He always believes in that we can do the best that we can. And we're so privileged to be able to work with him. I have to say, music is transformative for me. I remember when I was in the number of times I've been in the hospital, so many people were walking around with headphones on, and the staff, it was an unspoken understanding among the patients and the staff that that music was important, and there was music therapy. And I know how important music was to me when I was in the hospital. I remember playing this one song called Get Lucky by Daft Punk. For some reason I fixated on that, and I played it. The staff would take me to the library at night, and I played it over and over and over again. I think everyone got really sick of it. But there was something about that that helped me get through the psychological and psychiatric trauma that I was going through. But music, when I'm singing or when I'm listening to music, I am more than my diagnosis. I am a musician. I am experiencing something profound and beautiful.
In college, I sort of lost touch with reality down at Virginia Tech, and music played a big part in that. I was playing lots of music, lots of guitar, keyboard, drums. I had musical partners, friends I was playing with. I was hearing music that wasn't real. That was pretty interesting.
Huh. Did you ever emulate that music? Did you ever play and, kind of imitate the music you were listening?
Yeah, I tried to.
Huh.
It was I've heard some quite interesting music in my hallucinations. But then once I was put on medication, the voices all went away. And so all the music since then has been real music that I've created with real instruments and real partners.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I have heard some hallucinated music in my recovery, which has been quite interesting. It's been like Mahler kind of classical music.
Wow.
I've heard some stuff like that. It's been some quite amazing stuff I've heard.
It was surprising at first, but I knew it was achievable. I knew I could, learn it, and once I learned it, I knew I could play it. Yes.
Right. How does it feel to be the creator of a brand new piece?
Feels great. Feels terrific. I'm very thankful. Yes.
It was very challenging to work with other people and to work on musical material that was somewhat unfamiliar to me. Yeah, that's kind of neat to have my own lyrics form the basis for a song that gets produced and played and shared with the world. That's pretty special. It's a good feeling. Yeah, I certainly didn't know that the poem would turn into a song in the world when I wrote the poem. I mean, I've turned some of my other poetry to music. I've recorded a lot of my own music and shared it on my website, theunspokenyes.com.
I have to say, I have participated in numerous musical productions and talent shows, and I sang backup for a nightclub band when I was 16 years old, many, many years ago. And this is the first time I've ever participated in a musical session where we practiced and we put together a song from scratch, from start to finish, with the help of David Barrett on the lyrics and Flavio Chamis on the music. And I think that it was very interesting to be part of that, singing with Anne and myself. We sang, she sang soprano and I sang alto, and it was interesting to put that all together. I've never done anything like that before, where I've been part of actually creating a music piece, and it was very interesting to be part of that.
It was wonderful. It was a beautiful song. David Barrett wrote the lyrics and Flavio wrote the music, and an incredible sense of specialness to be creating a song that had not been prepared before.
I'm just very happy that all you people are interested in schizophrenia and the treatment of schizophrenia. It's a very profound illness, but the research into treating schizophrenia is very important, and I'm glad such smart people are involved in the research. And conferences like this are wonderful opportunities for people to get together.
Recovery tool, I use it myself. It helps keep me grounded and keep me balanced so that I have a sense of balance and moderation in what I'm doing. I have the music that I can go crazy with, you know?
But music, when I'm singing, when I'm listening to music, I am more than my diagnosis. I am a musician. I am experiencing something profound and beautiful.
Yes, for the Cosmic Messengers, the new pieces for the Cosmic Messengers. Looking for, yes, we're still looking for them. Yes, I am.
Thank you so much, Flavio, and David and Anne, Susan and Barry. Just from looking at the chats, I think every sort of amazing wow word in English has been used. I think if I typed in synonyms for those words, I think we've gone through the English sort of descriptors for these words, but it was beautiful. And especially like the videos pulled together, the second lady, talking about stigma and overcoming it. And the theme for this afternoon, a lot of it is music. And so before I sort of finish up, I'd like to thank you a lot